Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Log execute.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Yugioh, the Duelists of the Roses. In the last episode, we faced down Seto Rosenkreuz at Stonehenge, finally earning our last white rose card, and thus earning our way to return home, before Seto ended up saying, "Screw your rules, I've got a pact with an ancient eldritch monster," and brought forth Manawyddan Fab Llyr, the card guardian that he was trying to unleash to form a pact with and gain unimaginable power. In this episode, we will be challenging Manawyddan Fab Llyr. Again, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Normally, I would go over her character and then the person or figure that they are connected to separately, but for this case, I'm going to quickly go over Manawyddan Fab Llyr here and his Yu-Gi-Oh counterpart, Dark Knight. So, starting off with Dark Knight, we've got the fact that he is a malevolent deity / card Majin, as he's known in the Japanese, in the Yu-Gi-Oh video games, mainly in Forbidden Memories for the PS1, Duelists of the Roses for PS2, and Spellbound Kingdom for GameCube. His only goals are really misfortune and disaster caused through the ancient magics connected to the card game, or duel monsters, whatever you want to call it. In this case, his counterpart is Manawyddan Fab Llyr, or Manawyddan Son of Llyr, a figure in Welsh mythology and supposedly the rightful king of Britain. I didn't really look up too much about him, because really he's just a mythological figure, so I didn't really think that there was much. You could probably find out some things by looking online, but I will not be going any further into it. So, with that taken care of, let's just quickly get right on into this. So, let us see what you are made of, shall we? Prepare yourself for battle. Now, this guy is honestly the main reason that the password system exists. You will need a lot of strong cards to be able to deal with him. Luckily, I think that this version of him actually has the easier time to fight him, because one, his deck cost is so much is higher than anything we've ever seen, so you can fill your deck with a lot of good cards. And then he plays with a Stonehenge field that has turned all the normal tiles into crushed terrain, so nothing that's too strong can get in there to fight you, so it's actually a pretty safe place for you. So we're just gonna have a kinda easy time getting right up to him, and I'm not gonna fuse anything because I don't want to risk possibly getting into some trouble. Now let's see. Because of my open card ability, I can see what he's going to do, and that's going to take an immediate 1,000 off my life points. At least if he activated it, but he didn't for whatever reason, so maybe we'll be fine. Alright, well, let's just set Ikaboon here, and that'll block off another of his summoning areas. Okay. So far, it's actually going pretty well. Let's see. Don't really have many options, so let's just do that, and we'll get access to whatever this card is. Dark Elf, which is being powered down, but he powered it up, so stronger than it usually is. And now a fusion. Don't know what it is, but I'm gonna assume it's not anything good. Okay, that's a little powerful. Definitely gonna have more than what I can do. So let's just overwrite Hitatsumi Giant and put forth Labyrinth Tank. And you know what? Might as well just attack him directly, since he's left us the opportunity to. Well, that was pretty easy. I don't imagine I'll get another chance to attack him like that. At least not for a bit. Well, actually, he didn't put anything in our way, so we could just attack him right away. Okay, this is probably going to be a stupid move, but I'm going to just attack him with Swordsman from a foreign land just to extend the video length a little. Honestly, you never really get to see Swordsman from a foreign land make a direct attack, so might as well. And then we'll just move back this way, because we don't want that Rose Spectre of the Dun to attack us. Okay, well, let's go over here. I'll unveil what this is. Komori Dragon. Not too shabby, but also not all that good. And let's send Judgment Hand here. I don't know what that did, but oh, it trimmed off some of his life points. Well, that's interesting. Well, let's see what he does now, because we've blocked off all but one of his summoning areas, so he has to either summon something pretty strong, or just do nothing at all. Well, you know what? Out of frustration for how many times in my life he's caused this to go bad for me in the past, because as a child he was very difficult to beat, because he has one particular magic card that you need to have an answer for, called Riroku, which I think he might have multiple copies of, that will basically have your life points and add that total to the monster that he's using it on, so it is very dangerous. However, time for ultimate humiliation. Because unless he destroys my monsters, which none of his monsters are able to, considering they're all weaker than what's surrounding him, I've won, because he couldn't do anything. This was much easier than I remember it being. However, that also means that I'm probably not going to get anything from this. Well, let's see what we can do. Okay, not even anything good. I suppose that will help if we ever need to drop our deck cost again, but oh well. What madness is this? I cannot lose. I am the guardian of the cards. And with that, we have won. Me, the guardian, defeated? No, to have come so far, it cannot be. Sealed away. All the rose cards. Tome. Seto's armor and cape on. I leave this message for those who follow in my path. The guardian who falleth at the hands of man was not but a mere mortal. Journey forth and seek the true guardian, for he shall be the one to guide thee to glory. Seto, High Mage of Amenhotep. Yes, this is actually a connection to the PS1 game for Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, where Seto was one of the major antagonists of that game. "2 months later. Yugioh, Henry VII, was officially crowned king at Westminster Cathedral on October 30th. Seto and his Rose Crusaders were never captured. However, they were never to be seen again. Henry VII was credited for ending the threat of the Rose Crusaders and was dubbed Yugioh by his supporters. Well, that definitely didn't make it into the history books. Naught has been recorded of Seipher's contributions to the downfall of the Rose Crusaders, or whether the Rose Duelists managed to return to the proper day and age. Yep, that's right, people. If you side with Yugioh, you don't get any credit for anything in history, and it's not even known if you even made it back to your own time. So yeah, thanks for all the help that you provided, but so long and goodbye. You don't get squat. So much for being a Paragon. The tale remains a lost chapter in the annals of history. However, a document written by the hands of Seto have survived over the years. This document passed through several hands, including John Dee the Alchemist, Emperor Rudolph II of Bohemia, and scholar Athanasius Kircher. Auctioned off in 1912, the document found its way into the hands of Wilfred Voynich, an American collector of antique books. Known as the Voynich manuscript, it remains undeciphered to this day, save for a short and mysterious inscription. NVE 7A3EZ. Yep, that is a password for the password system that you can use in the next campaign. Yugioh, the Duelists of the Roses, the Red Rose chapter, end. Yep, that is the end of the Red Rose campaign. The Lancastrian campaign ends with you being the righteous good guy, but in the end being screwed out of any fame or possibly even returning to your own time. Really makes you rethink siding with Yugioh, even though it was clear that Seto was trying to manipulate you. And honestly, I want to see where my choices would have led me if I hadn't fallen for their pleading words and had them believe in their assumptions. But that is a story for another time. I'm going to be taking some time. We'll see you guys in some point at the future. Not too long, but definitely not within my usual time frame of next week. But anyway, with this, I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected. Simulator reconnection at 78%.